using AI really? Can you show me some examples? So I'll start in a little bit of a fun way to show some examples of AI which I could relate from my day-to-day life. So I'll share my screen here and show some screenshots. So a few days back, I was returning from my trip to a temple, and I got a traffic ticket of violating a red signal. And I was pretty much sure I haven't violated any red signal for that matter. And I was going to contest that. But when I clicked the ticket, on the traffic portal, I could see that this image. I could see this image, and are you able to see my screen?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes,
So
yes.
I could see this image, and you can see that the camera has detected my car, it has detected my license plate, and is showing there is a stop sign, and my car didn't stop at the stop sign. So I realized, yes, I didn't see the stop sign, and I went over it without stopping. Though nobody was stopping on the road for the stop sign, that's for sure. But you can see a cyclist crossing the road. So now this brings transparency in the traffic monitoring. So I can't go and contest that, saying no, I'll not pay the fine. So I had to pay the fine. So I could see where I've made the mistake. And this is a real time. Within a few minutes, it came in my SMS, your car has been caught in a traffic violation. I was very furious because every red light I stopped. Even just before this, there was a red light. I had stopped there, gone here, but this one I didn't see. So you see how AI is helping track the car, the license plate, and the entire picture, and sending out in real time. It was not that it came to me 2 3 days later, so I can't remember. Within a few minutes, I got the notification from the traffic. So this is one interesting use case of AI-enabled vision cameras, right? Which we can see. And after that, I got many speeding tickets, also few others, right? Which I'm not going. It's the same thing. It shows the car with the speed also at the corner of the screen. So you can't go and contest that. So it's bringing transparency into the traffic management, right? Second, another example which we must have all experienced is this one. Not this one. Is this one, which is AI-enabled entry at the airport. So this app called DigiYatra has made
Hmm.
entry to the airport very, very seamless. It was, I'm proud to say, it was first actually, rolled out in Calcutta airport. When I was using it in Calcutta airport, still Chennai hadn't got it.
Hmm.
But, go to the morning, there is a rush hour, a lot of people, crowding to enter the airport. But here, if you have the DigiYatra app enabled, you upload your boarding pass with your picture, and here you have this camera, right? It is a AI enabled camera, a computer vision camera, which matches your face with the face in your boarding pass, which has already been loaded in the airport. And the gate automatically opens. So you don't have to stand in the queue. This is a
That's right.
right? You must have used it nowadays. I'm talking 2 3 years back, it was a new concept, right? So these are the two things that came to my mind where AI has made our life easy. Fraud detection is another area. I was recently going there to get a new SIM card. I don't have a picture of that, to the local store for SIM cards. Not a new SIM card. I was changing the ownership name. It was a wrong ownership name. My card was in my wife's name. My wife's card was in my name, and all that problems. So when I was doing that, they had to issue a new SIM card. And when they're taking the picture, they say continuously keep on blinking. Otherwise, it will not take the picture. And I'm doing like this. Then only it will take the picture. Why? Because it is AI-enabled camera. It is doing something called the liveness detection. So you can't show a picture to the camera and say this person is taking the SIM card and show a picture like that. You can't do that. It is checking the blinking of the eye. So that is a fraud detection example. So
Yeah.
these are some of the examples where AI has made inroads in our daily life, right? So this is what, and we all have to gear up to AI because we are seeing in our company. I'm telling from my practical experience now. This Sunday, I'm taking this course. Next Saturday, I'll be going to an interview session in my company where we'll be interviewing candidates, and all the experience we are looking for, is machine learning, AI, and all that. We are taking the people, right? 3 years experience, 5 years experience. And I'm not a very fan of taking interviews, but I have to do it now. So much direction is coming from the management, push is coming. So this Saturday I'll go to the office. So we are recruiting people because more projects are coming. That's one thing we can see. I myself, I'm engaged in uh, AI projects. Now within AI also there are multiple areas. You must understand that. Say what I'm showing here is called computer vision. Similarly, there is the first area of AI that you get into when you start studying AI is something very simple, how you can predict something. You can predict the price of a house, right? This is called house price prediction. One of the first things that you will learn. Here, it is called a linear regression problem where the target is a price, an amount, some quantity, right? And you are trying to predict it based on the factors. What are the factors for house price prediction? Maybe the square foot area of the house, right? Maybe the location of the house, maybe how many rooms it has. And you build a AI model to predict that. Now you may say, okay, house price, what will I do predicting it? Why should I learn it, So let me tell you, I'm trying to relate it with my experience. The first AI project, one of the first AI projects I got for a global pharma major, top five within the top five in the company, right? Because we are bound by contract not to name our customers. It's one of the top five $40 billion company. And the project we got, it was so exciting. We were trying to predict the price of vaccines on quotations. So this company is giving the quotation of vaccines to governments around the world. So let's say the government of France is saying, give me, 2 million doses of polio vaccine. And this company is preparing a quotation for that. Now, the price that it is quoting, what is the importance of that price? If the price is too high, this company will not get the contract. It will go to the competing company. So there are many such companies, right? We know in the world market who are preparing these vaccines. The company will not get. If the price is too low, what's the problem? Company might get the contract, but they are losing a lot of money. So they want to price it at an optimum point where their chances of getting the contract is maximized. And this project we did for 6 months. We had all the past 15 years history, right? So when we say that predicting the price, what is the first thing that we do? I'd like to show a little bit on the coding level also, just to show how this is all ties up, right? So I have this, somebody may say, okay, I have to study this, then I have to have my setup on my computer, I have to install so many software. I'm talking from the point of view of the people who are new to the area, not the people who Marcella said they are doing their coding every day. I'm saying the people who are starting up, those who are already doing, they know, right? So you can go to something called collab.research.google.com. It's on the internet, and it provides all the software to you free of cost, right?
mm,
And then you may say, okay, that's fine, but sir, how do I get the programs to run? See, if this is the first book I started, I'd like to show you. It's called Hands-on Machine Learning with Scikit-learn, Keras, and TensorFlow by Aurelian Jaron.
mm,
It's from the O'Reilly Press, and
mm,
this book has come on in three editions. And you see, this is the third edition. You can see here.
mm,
So I have all the three editions, and this book made a lot of mark in the international market. Everybody was talking about this book. This book explains the concepts in a very simple way. Now the point is, all these books come with their associated code in a free GitHub repo, so you can download the code and immediately start running the code. So if you see here, one of the first things that we do in AI is you have these data points, which are scattered, right? This data point, there is a X and there is a Y. So the Y is dependent on the X. Is my screen visible?
yes.
So this is a generated random data. So that is how the real life data comes. And you know what AI does? AI basically prepares the equation between the Y and the X, right? And for that, it can do basically, it can create a solution using something called the closed form solution, which is a mathematical solution. That's what it is doing. So it's transpose into X, inverse of that into X into Y.
Mm,
That is a formula, right? That is the formula for getting the equation parameters. So we can do that. Why I'm saying is, I'm purposefully saying this. If you look at this equation, it looks quite complex. It's the math behind the AI. And once we get this equation, we create the Y predicted. We create a dummy array of Y, X. Let's say 0, 1, and 2 is my new value of X new. And I create the Y predicted and I plot that. And once I plot that, you can see that the 3 points 0, 1, and 2, I have got the predictions. And this is the line that can be drawn for the Y versus X prediction. So this is the first basic concept of you know uh, artificial intelligence and machine learning. Now this maths is seems to be complicated, but what I wanted to show, how we can derive this equation using the AI libraries provided by some of the popular libraries like scikit-learn. Scikit-learn provides something called a linear regression, right? Linear regression package. So using that linear regression, there's just a two lines code. You say linear regression and linear regression dot fit x and y. So these are your known values, the historical vaccine prices that you have, where x is a factor, right? And y is the price of the vaccine. X are the
Hmm.
factors. It can be multiple. So you just say linear regression dot fit, and
Hmm.
once you do that, your equation is fitted. Now you just predict linear regression dot predict. So once you have a new factor, new order coming in, you just predict the price and you can just plot it. So it's just a two lines code which does the same thing without using any math. Now
Hmm.
I'm not saying that for that you should not learn any math. What I'm trying to say is the popular libraries which are coming from the these packages like scikit-learn, TensorFlow, PyTorch has made AI application very easy. They are well-built packages which allow you to run the AI code with very little effort,
So
and you can.
Anirban, I have one question. Um, you can say last 40 years, the number of developers knowing programming languages like Java, C++, and C Sharp is pretty high. And maybe in terms of the percentage of Python developers, it will be like 5 to 10% right now, growing
Correct,
very fast. So,
correct.
what is the backward compatibility of this AI and all to support the other languages also? Like if you ask me to write a code in Java, maybe I'll start now. If you ask me to write a code in Python, maybe I'll think about it. So
Mm.
that delays my learning process because I have to learn another language to learn this.
See, the way it goes is,
Is
if you
it
look at this.
compatible?
It is not. It is not. See, Python is a weakly typed language. If you see here, when I'm creating a x variable, I don't give any data type. I say np.array,
Yeah.
np.array 012, right?
Hmm.
That's all I say. It infers that this 012 is an integer.
Hmm.
I'm not saying specifically it is an integer data type or string or whatever. So Python makes these array computations very fast.
Hmm.
Everything is with this numpy. Np means there is a again a library called numpy,
Library.
right? Numpy, which the short form is np. So you say np.array and you create an array. As
Hmm.
simple as that.
Hmm.
And
I
you
get
do
it.
your operations on these arrays. That's all it is about. So if you go to this, I'll show you another course which is very popular again the world over. Few million people have done it. In Coursera.org, you will have this course on machine learning, right? Machine learning course. It's in Coursera.org. You can look it up in Coursera.org. So anyway, Achala also does these courses. So what I'm trying to say, what they say there is, you learn the Python on the go as you learn AI.
Hmm. Yeah. Well said.
Right? So if you learn the Python on the go, when you create an array, you know, okay, now this is the construct for creating an array, and that is how I have to create it. Now, coming back to your point, what we are also seeing is people who are using Python because of this nature of creating the variables on the fly without any data type declaration and all that. And a lot of people don't even use the basic principles of object-oriented programming, Achela, in Python. And believe me, that has been a big gap found.
Hmm.
There have been customers who said, give me good software engineers on Python who can do object oriented programming. We had a very finicky customer who will take our code and say, the object oriented programming principles are not made. I don't accept this code.
Hmm.
And we had to go through multiple such iterations of reviewing the code, making it correct and make it object oriented. And
Hmm.
this person will not even accept the code. There was a big escalation, and this is a very nice case in point. And I wanted to tell you, actually, it ties back to your course in object oriented programming, which I did 25 years back. So we escalated and we said we wanted a senior software engineer, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So in the company, we have many senior software engineers. They're all in Java or .NET.
Hmm.
But when you talk of Python, they don't do object-oriented programming.
Yeah.
And this person said, I don't accept the code at all. Our customer, he's a very, very strict person. So
Huh.
we had to go through it, find out the gaps with object-oriented programming, implemented the principles of object-oriented programming and multiple revisions, and then only accepted the code.
Hmm.
So this gap is coming. So whatever learnings from Java, no, that
Hmm.
has to be brought into the Python world. I definitely believe in that. What people do is They see, okay, this is working fine, and then okay, fine, this is what I have got, I have got. But now when the actual world data will come, you'll have to create a module which will do this prediction. That
Yeah,
module should be part of a class, a reusable class, which will be called from other modules. So that structure should be there. There
that's
should be a
right.
module getting pipeline in place. That
Yeah,
pipeline cannot be a code just which flows top to bottom like that. It is not acceptable. It has to be object oriented code. So the learnings from Java and .NET has to come into Python. That's
Python.
for sure.
Absolutely, that's right. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So that is what I wanted to see. Not much of these things, and you can actually do various kinds of algorithms to fit this code. You can play around with this. I yesterday when I got this code, this code from the book, it was having like this. I'll show you. See, simple things. I'll show you. See, you see, this was the code which was there originally in the book. So I said, okay, I'm creating the predictions, but where are the predictions? Which are the x values I'm predicting? I only see a line. Why I can't see that? I was confused for some time, and then I saw my x new is 0, 1, and 2, 3 values, right? We can introduce one more value, right? We can introduce one more value. Let's say we the plot itself is from 0 to 2. Let's say we introduce one more value. Let's see how that goes. So you play around with these values. That's what I'm saying. Don't just run the code like that, but play around with the values. So we have got 4 points and you have got 4 y predictions. So that is my x new value now. So now I run this. You got the prediction same. So you say, where are my 4 points? So what I did is I looked up and I saw that how do I show the points on the graph.
Hmm.
So now you see, I gave this label as O minus R. It will show the point. See, there is a point here 1, there is a point 1.5, there is a point at 2. You can see the dots. The
Hmm.
dots represent the points where the predictions are being made by the equation. So
Hmm.
these are small, small tricks you can play around, right? You can make the color, let's say, yellow also. I like doing this. That's why I'm telling you. I change the things in the graph and see how it appears. See, now it becomes yellow.
Yeah.
So this is how you add more data, you create more data, you play around with the graph, see how it works. You can change the parameters. Like I gave the prediction. This is a prediction from the normal equations. This level was not there. What does this mean? That this is a mathematical equation which is creating the prediction, which is np.linalg.inv. It is doing inverse of x transpose x, multiplying that by x transpose, and getting the and multiplying that by y also. So then getting the theta best. Theta is the parameter of the equation, right? So we
Yeah.
know that y equal to mx plus c. That m is nothing but the theta. We have all done that, right? So now why I'm giving this label predictions from the normal equation. Now here is a predictions from the linear scikit-learn linear regression, which makes the job so much more simple by having just one line: linear regression equal to linear regression, linear reg dot fit x and y. We don't go into the math of it. All that math is behind the scenes
Hmm.
within the library. So there are two ways of approaching AI. Those who are very good at math, they might say, no, I like this. I want to do the matrix operations. Definitely go ahead with that. But those who may say, no, I am not very good at math, don't think that AI is all about math. You can apply AI very just by knowing what libraries to use.
Hmm.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Some people say, no, I am not good at math. Should I really learn AI? Should I do? No, don't think that, because AI has become simple because of the many libraries that are available. I'll come to that in more detail now. Even this coding is now being generated by AI. I'll come to that. So that is the class of problems where the first basic AI where you fit a equation into your data points. The data points being a target which you are trying to predict. It could be the price of a house, price of a vaccine, and your x is the factor which affects that price. It could be, let's say, the square foot area of the house. Now you may say there are multiple factors. How do I plot it? Yes, in that case it will become a two-dimensional or a three-dimensional plot. In real life, you will not have one x, but you will have multiple x's, and even they could be powers of x's. This is the most simple example, just to get the concept in mind. And believe me, this concept applies in all the problems, that you have scattered data points and AI is trying to find a pattern between those data points. Every problem AI finally comes back to this. You need to do this, right? So detecting objects for some purpose, that is the second problem, the computer vision, which I already showed you an example of computer vision car traffic violation, right? Where computer vision is in use. I also showed the digiyatra enabled entry at the airport, which is also computer vision, right? It is detecting your face and matching it with the face in your boarding pass. That's a computer vision. The third area is called natural language processing, where given a piece of text, you can summarize it, right? Or basically you can find important information from it, right? Right. So for that also there are tools. So I wanted to show this tool. It's called Notebook LM from Google,
Hmm.
and so when you upload any document, it will create a summary out of it in a few seconds, right? So I have uploaded a PDF here, and I'm saying, I can tell, give me a summary of the PDF.
Is it
So
highly matured? Because a
yes,
year
yes.
back I had seen them launching this.
No, I'll show you. Let's see this in action a little bit. So if you see this PDF, Solar System Exploration and India Contribution, this is a free PDF written by ISRO specialist, and he has written this book, right? So I have uploaded it. So it says the content of subject as content summarizes the subject of. I'll go to the top. Summarizes the subject of solar system exploration and India's contribution in a beginner's guide format aimed at students and non-expert space enthusiasts. Solar system fundamentals starts with that. Then you see it very nicely. It gives India's contribution to the exploration. Chandrayaan 1, Chandrayaan 2, Chandrayaan 3. It has all found out from this book and summarizing it, mind you.
Hmm.
Achha. Mars exploration, solar exploration, the latest Aditya L1 mission, right?
Is it
It
also sourcing from LLM or it is just a snapshot of
no,
the book?
no LLM.
Okay.
It is LLM, yeah. And you can also create a mind map from this. So you can create a mind map. You can create a audio from this, audio summary of this. So let's see this audio I created yesterday. Is it there? I'll try to play it. Is it audible?
No,
No, no.
generally, yeah, the culture of Google Meet is they don't, you know,
Okay.
yeah, that's okay, but I think I can understand.
No problem. I'll show the mind map. I'll show the mind map it has created. This is also important. So from this PDF, it created a mind map. If you see here how it is showing India's exploration. If you click this again, you can see that it has lunar exploration, Mars exploration, solar exploration. You click this, you see Aditya L1 mission, you see Mars orbiter mission, and here
Wow.
you see lunar
Is
exploration.
it paid Google Notebook?
This is a free notebook lm.google.com for basic stuff. For trying it out, it's free. But if you try it in volume, you might have to pay.
Yeah.
The basic stuff is free, just like Collab.
Hmm.
You use it for free. You here, I just clicked. I didn't use any this thing. I'm just using my Gmail ID to log in. I'm not paying
Yeah.
anything.
It's like I've been loyal to ChatGPT now. Looks like I have
Correct.
to go out of it also, you know?
Yeah, yeah. This is particularly useful when you have to upload some document and generate a summary
I
out of
get
it.
it. I get it. I get it.
Right.
It's
So
very useful to me actually.
right. It can be useful. So definitely these are the useful things which AI is coming up with, where students can augment their learning. Right. They can, let's say somebody is studying this, that India space exploration. How they can augment the learning? They can easily create a summary and use that.
Absolutely.
And generative AI is what is enabling this, right? So that is the latest thing, which is Chat GPT or generative AI. We all use it. My daughter uses it for her
Anirban,
essay.
can you? There are too many vocabularies, hitting right now. Agentic AI, Gen AI, and all, and the
Mhm.
whole world is just using ChatGPT right now, right?
Right.
So can you give the fundamentals like what is what and all kind of things? How is agentic? You go as part of your flow. I'm not going to
No,
interrupt you.
no,
How is?
that is there in my next
Yeah,
topic. Yeah. So
yeah. I'll
generative
wait
AI
for it.
basically, yeah, generative AI basically what it does, it basically it can generate text based on the text it has seen. Generate text. It can generate images. It can generate video. So last over the last 1 year, this technology has become multimodal. Multimodal means it can take input which is other than text. It can take input as images, input as video, and it can understand that content and give it to you in another format, let's say in a text content or in a image or right. So generative AI, we are seeing lots of uses in our. I am in generative AI for the last 2 years, entirely into generative AI. Like to the extent I am started forgetting the basic AI also. So good that
Mm.
I could revise this concept while taking this course. So generative AI, why? Because let's say one customer, a top five communications customer of ours, so they have these requirements for their business domain, right? Requirements in the form of they are calling it user stories,
Use
right?
cases. Yeah.
Use cases or user stories. So from the use cases or user stories, they want to generate the testing scenarios automatically,
Mm.
thereby improving the developer productivity. So
Yeah.
they have put that system in production. They have put that system in production. So it is able to make sense of the requirement and generate the testing scenarios.
Mm.
And even to the extent of generating the code which tests that requirement. So if you have a functioning software, it can generate the code to test the requirement. And lastly, it can generate the code itself. So with recent developments, what we are seeing, generative AI is able to generate the code in Python. So you can tell today generative AI, let's see, let's try that out. I'll show what I mean.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll use my Gemini, free access. We can use Chat GPT, Gemini, anything. I'll go to the Vertex AI Studio. Yes, Achal, I think I interrupted you. Please, yeah.
no, I was just trying to say, audience, everyone, please feel free to ask questions. You know, if you have. How are you finding this webinar? Can I have some feedback? Thank you.
So here we have come to generative AI, screen and the Vertex AI Studio, which is equivalent to, I don't know how to minimize this. Yeah. Okay, no problem.
You actually close it. I think it is not going to interrupt you. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. We get scared that we can no just click on the text. Maybe it will minimize.
mm. No,
Somebody told
that's
me.
okay. That's okay. It's kind of okay now. Why it's saying anyway. Okay. So let's say I ask it. So it immediately replies, "How can I help you today?" So now I give it a system instruction saying, "You can you see my screen?
Yeah.
You are an expert Python developer." So that is the system instruction, and then I say, "Give me the code to fit X and Y using any of the machine learning techniques and generate a plot from random values of X and Y and show me." I'm just trying it, so we can seeing how it can generate the code, whatever the code.
Anirban,
Uh,
Anirban, meanwhile, when this generates the code, I have this question.
mm,
Already AI is impacting the current generation of lot, the
mm, mm,
professionals
mm,
and all.
mm, mm,
5 to 10 years from today, when my students,
mm,
get into the job market, what is
mm.
going to happen? No, this I have a big question. Like, I think if you do an MBA finance and you want to become an analyst, analytical jobs are already will be done by AI, right? So what will
Correct.
an analyst do? If you
Right.
finish.
So that is what actually connects with this what I'm showing now.
Mm,
So we just now saw that we have to write some code, even though it was very simple code for the linear regression and all, right? We saw that how to write that. We saw the chapters of the book being there on the GitHub, right? So this is a GitHub I was showing where you can see the chapters of the book that I just now showed on the left, and I showed a sample code from there, and we saw these plots and all,
mm,
and we thought we have to learn a lot to write this code and all. Now look at this. What it has done, it has given you the same code. It didn't ask anything from you. It just created the points in. If you write, if it is not able to show the diagram because the interface is not there, but you can basically, generate the same code and you can run it immediately on your terminal.
yeah,
So,
in VS Code.
in the VS Code or even in the Colab, if you want, we can write, see and run it. You know, I copy this code into my collab environment. Let's say I go and create the code. So it is there, right? So it, it has given me the slope of the curve of the line. It has given me the intercept, and it has generated some random points. It has used linear regression, and it has generated the entire code with few comments in the Gemini Vertex AI Studio, which is the equivalent of ChatGPT from Google, you can say.
Yeah.
So now the question coming back to Achal at the same point, that if you say, no, I will take a person who knows this AI and all, another person may say, okay, I will generate the same code, right?
Mm.
So the question is, the creativity of the person will become more important, but at least he has to know what commands to give to generate the code.
And maintenance also.
Maintenance of that, right? Whether
Yeah.
it's following the object oriented principles. Believe me, when AI is generating the code, we have seen there are some areas of improvement over there. It cannot be used as is. So
Mm.
this is good to show that yes, the code works. But can I make it a real time
Production ready.
system, production ready code with object oriented principles with model retraining pipeline? So what people don't understand is, okay, I have fit this curve. Is that all? It is not all. Why it is not all? When you go
Anirban,
to the
the funny
Mm,
thing is, AI imagine will make a pizza which looks very good, but is it
mm,
equally tasty or not? Only we'll know after eating it.
correct, absolutely, absolutely. So I was coming to that. So coming to that, so this is the power of generative AI. It can generate anything. It can generate an image. It can generate a video. Nowadays, the latest is it can generate a video also.
Hmm.
It can make sense of image. It can generate code, right? So you don't have to write the code. Coming to agentic systems are where multiple such agents. So this is one agent, you can say. Multiple such agents collaborate to produce a result, right? That is the agentic system. And for example, you can say there is an agent I developed recently to find out the options of traveling between two cities.
Hmm.
So there will be a one agent which will find the flight option. There will be one agent which will find out the train option. One agent will which will find out the distance between two cities, and they will all collaborate to give you the final result, that what is the best travel option for me from one city to another city.
Hmm.
So in the process, it may call multiple APIs. See all the information. Right now, you can see the information nicely presented here. Because why? Because the Gemini model is trained on the Python coding language. So it can say. But suppose I ask what is the travel, options between Calcutta and Delhi, it might not have been trained on that. It needs to call an API to get the train routes, to get the flight routes. So it needs to call APIs exposed by some other systems to get the data, right? And
Hmm.
it has to combine the output from multiple of these APIs to get the final data. And it has to make a decision which API to call, which API not to call to get the final output, make an
Hmm.
intelligent decision. So that is an agentic system.
Hmm.
It calls multiple other systems, but it is not fixed which systems it will call. It will use its own intelligence. So you may ask that going from Calcutta to Delhi, another person may say, I'll go on foot from Calcutta to Gangasagar. Tell me how I can go. So that query is different. So depending on that, it will may or may not call certain APIs.
Yeah, I have a point here. Like, let's say any company, like Wipro or TCS and all, they have HR policies in the website, so they can easily build a chat bot. If somebody says, I may I know the policies, it's
Yes,
easy that. But
this is a very good use case actually. Many
but
companies are doing this
but when it
question
comes,
answering system based on the internal policies and guidelines. We
yeah,
have it on our system.
yeah, but if I have to uh, consider, okay, like I want, the time has come to evaluate the performance, the appraisal systems and all, right? So as a senior manager, if I say that, can you do the appraisal for me, right? And let me know how many people needs to be, given increment, how many people needs to do this, and this might actually get into the project information, get the APIs, right? Customer feedback, everything, and it literally in a span of time it will present you everything. So it is all not only using chat gpt and the public LLMs which are there to get, but it is also interacting with other systems which we have in our place, like databases, the
Correct.
REST APIs and all.
Correct.
So that's where it is like a semi replacement of a human being.
True. Now, this is where I want to come to at the towards the end of the session. But before that, since my son Anish has joined, I
Yes.
wanted to tell that this point here. Anish, are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so before that, I wanted to say this. I wanted to quickly show one more thing. Achal, I'll just come to this point. Just give me 2 minutes. So, what I wanted to say, the application of AI in your own area, if you can do that, and if students can learn their own area, it could be biology, it could be mechanical engineering. See, AI cannot replace mechanical engineering, but AI
Yeah.
can be used in mechanical engineering, right? So, one example I'll show before I give it to Anish. Anish has applied AI in aerospace engineering, and my daughter recently got admitted to BSc in biochemistry.
Hmm.
So when I was looking at the colleges, one college here, one a very good college, I went there, I was talking to the professors, and they said, we use the AlphaFold model, which predicts the
Wow.
protein structures. So I wanted to show that also here. If you see, I had opened that. Yeah, this one. So you see the protein structures. This Google DeepMind's model has partnered to make predictions freely available to scientific community. So this particular protein may protect the malaria parasite against attack by the immune system. This one, a potential plant disease resistance protein. So these protein structures are being predicted by the AlphaFold model based on the protein compositions, and
Hmm.
these structures define the behaviors of the protein. And this has got, I came to know, I was not aware fully, I had heard of this model, but if you do you know, Achala, that this particular model got the Nobel Prize in 2024 for predicting the protein molecule structures.
So the AI got the Nobel Prize.
AI got the Nobel Prize. AI got the Nobel Prize. Two persons from DeepMind have done a
Hmm.
system that developed by Google DeepMind that predicts a protein's 3D structure from
Hmm.
its amino acid sequence. It regularly achieves accuracy competitive with experiment. So this is one thing that has got Nobel Prize in 2024, and it has become a part of the course in every biochemistry or molecular biology, undergraduate course all over the world. And these people, they gave an interview in Fortune. I was reading yesterday. They said even we didn't expect that this will be adopted so widely.
Hmm.
So here is an example of synergy between AI and the actual field, which Anish will speak about in his aerospace. How did you use AI in your aerospace engineering? Anish, can you speak a few minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was always interested in more engineering applications. So I got interested into aerospace. So even in my master's, so my master's thesis was on predicting pressure fluctuations on high-speed vehicles. So we used to do different simulations, different fluid simulations, and get the different fluid parameters and find a correlation between them and the pressure fluctuations for different flow fields. For so the points that my father showed right now, the random points, so those points can be your Mach numbers, your Reynolds numbers, and other different like fluid parameters. So this was one project I was working on, and around me everyone was sort of almost working on optimization of an engineering design using AI. So one of my friends was running turbo machinery, so turbine simulations, and he was finding those data points and he was optimizing the shape of the turbine end walls. So these are the sort of like applications that you will see. And currently in my current company, which is Collins Aerospace, so I'm working as, so there are different business units. So one business unit looks towards the interior, one looks towards the flight management system, and every business unit has been using AI for something or the other. So we have one business unit called the Advanced Research and Technology Unit, who sort of helps all of these units to sort of use AI models for their own purpose. So my current business unit is the interiors. So I'm working on an AI project where there's one of our manufacturing processes where they're manufacturing the inflatables, like do you see the inflatable slides for the evacuation landings or inflatable rafts? So in my site, that's one of our manufacturing processes where they actually make that. So a lot of it is like handmade, like a lot of it is that you have to put your hand inside a machine and place different things for welding and all those things. So my team is working on creating safety deployment, like computer vision applications, where they will check if the hand is there, if the work part is placed properly on the bench, and all these different things. So AI, and apart from that, even I was talking with the flight management systems and all, they are all experimenting with different ways AIs can optimize, different flight management processes and everything. So like, and this is the sort of situation which is there for every basically engineering company or engineering domain. You will see AI related design optimizations, and even manufacturing processes, fault detections, and everything everywhere right now. So companies are starting to make their own teams who sort of deal with these AI solutions, who have the domain knowledge in,
Hmm.
let's say, aerospace or an airline company, and see how they can apply it, how they can optimize different processes with AI or with any other machine learning algorithm.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
very nice, very nice. Thank you. So,
Good job.
yeah, so what Achala I was trying to tell you is, along with this, I brought up this. So if you see, Anish was talking about a big aerospace company, who is applying AI. But right now, the time is also right for startups. And I
Yeah.
wanted to show you one interesting startup I saw on LinkedIn a few days back. Just I'll play it for a few seconds only.
Yeah.
You see this single camera enabled shopping cart at a departmental store. And you know what happens in a departmental store? We take a lot of objects, we queue up at the counter to bill our things, right, and get our bill. So what it's doing, as the person is putting the things into the cart, it is
Yeah.
automatically detecting that and generating the bill on the screen,
Yeah.
right? So he's that. So you see, it has come up in the shopping cart.
Hmm.
So as he
Something
keeps on
something
putting the
similarly
prices,
Amazon had, where
Amazon, Amazon has.
yeah.
Amazon has. Right, right, right. So you can see, as he's putting it is, generating the shopping cart automatically. So you avoid the queue at the output. Amazon, some of the stores in US has, but in India it is still a new concept, right?
But Anirban, I have my biggest piece of puzzle is how will I connect my linear algebra and all to all these things, how this connection happens, you know, across
Yeah.
many things. Like
Yeah, yeah.
generating a
So that's what
video.
definitely. That's why this book, when you said linear algebra, essential math for data science, it's a must for kids. This type of books, the math is important. But
Yeah,
as I said, that how do I apply it innovatively? Because
absolutely.
the question when you asked Achala, the point is not hard to find, because see, a lot of the code now you can get aids to generate the code. You can
Hmm.
say, give me a computer vision code which will detect objects. It will give
Yeah,
you. It will give you. It's not bad. Now the quality of the code is not even 6 months or 1 year back. I had tried these things. It was not giving good code, but now it gives good code. So if
absolutely.
your creativity is there and you are able to apply it, you can generate the code in AI also, and you can move ahead. But your
Actually,
ideas are
yeah.
necessary.
I'm a living person, I'm really doing it as I speak actually.
Right, you know that. Now, the point that I was trying to tell you when you talked about that performance evaluation, now my concluding point you can say is I see AI is not going to replace everything. So one thing, we had a computer vision hackathon recently where I got a second prize, whatever it is. But the one of the teams there, they showed how AI can be used to go through X-ray images. They trained a model and find out whether the X-ray has a chest X-ray images, whether it has pneumonia or some other problem, and it can locate that also. So it was a very nice experiment, and they gave a project plan also. They have actually trained a model with X-ray images available on the national database. But one of our friends, he asked, "Can you explain why this kind of model has not been adopted by the medical community?"
Mm.
So the question is, and they didn't have an answer. The question is, the doctor community is still hesitant to use the AI because there are ethics questions, and they are not
Regulations.
regulations and all those things. Similarly, when I was at a seminar recently where there were participants from manufacturing industry, cement manufacturing plant. So there they say they have supervisors who are 30 years, 40 years experience, right? They decide the plant parameters,
Mm.
and these plants, they have a 30 to 35-day downtime throughout the year. They wanted to reduce that and use AI enabled parameter generation, right? But what they were not very sure, can they replace that human experience fully? They were not very sure. They were skeptic about that. So
Mm.
similarly, coming to your performance evaluation, even though AI can give the performance band of a person, I am trying to ask you, Achala, would you totally rely on that, or would you rely on your feedback on that person, how you talk to him, how he responds, how he behaves with you? You will also take feedback, right?
That's the piece of the puzzle
Yeah,
where I will use it for getting as much, because that's the quality information which I have. Like,
correct.
imagine I have to ask 10 project managers, give me the
Mm.
data, right?
Mm.
And I don't know how the data got generated, and the AI giving me the data. The level of reliability is too high over here, is because data
Correct,
is gathering information from data.
correct.
Yeah.
But to make sense of the data, I would still depend on you, Achala, to say how good that person is, rather than AI tell me
Yeah,
that how
true,
good that
totally
person is.
true, totally true. But we are walking towards
No, what I'm trying to
acceptability.
say, there are certain areas where the human mind is still the uppermost. So, doctors' expertise.
Anirban,
You,
one very good question I have, that is the purpose of this webinar is,
yeah,
most of the parents who have joined this webinar have the children mostly in fourth grade to 12th grade.
correct,
Now, the biggest question which I have is, when they finish their studies like engineering or medicine and all, what is going to happen? Like, uh, and I understand the right now only, uh, the life is totally dark in terms of a developer mindset, like what is going to happen to me,
mm,
where 15 years back, when 120 people are needed to do a project for 6 months,
mm,
now 10
mm,
people can do it in 2 months, or whatever it
mm,
is.
mm.
So how, what should the children should focus on right now, so that they work in tandem with the AI, and
So,
then how can predict parents predict the future, like
so
how is
I
this
would, I
going
would,
to be?
yeah. So I would go by saying from my viewpoint, from what my son told and my daughter is studying. See, it's important to stick to your area of interest. So
Mm,
somebody is interested in biology, let's say, right? He can definitely learn biology. Somebody is interested in mechanical engineering. He shouldn't say, no, 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 mechanical engineering has no prospect. I will only learn AI. That is, I don't believe in that. I believe that they should pursue their area of interest. At the same time, they should equip themselves with AI. They cannot say, I don't know AI at all. So depending on that, on their focus area, on their interest in math, as I showed, they can go into the deep depth of the algorithm, or they can see the application of AI.
mm,
Right. So today, that's what my son was explaining. I'm pretty much sure he is able to cope up very quickly with what he's doing, because he has been doing this AI courses throughout his BTech, which was in electronics. He has been doing these courses, this studying on the books, and doing the online courses from good institutes. And he was writing the AI program, so he knows the concepts. So he can quickly implement that.
yeah. So
Right.
you're saying field will remain the same, interest will remain the same,
Yeah.
adaptability of AI into it, we should get into it.
We should
So
get into.
yeah.
That's what I think. And
So
the last thing I wanted to tell you, AI can tell you how to bicycle, the bicycle parameters. But can AI replace your bicycling? You need to
mm,
do bicycling to keep fit, or you need
That's
to play
that's
soccer to
right.
keep fit, you
Yeah.
need to play badminton to keep fit, or if you're say your mind fitness, maybe you sing something, you play some instrument. Now AI can also generate music, but would you use generated music or learning drawing and painting? Would you
Mm.
use AI to generate painting? You can do it with a few command. I can generate a painting, but can it replace the painting activity which the student learns? They should not do that. They can get ideas from the AI, but you learn the painting, you learn the instruments, you learn to sing, you go and play the soccer in the field. Okay, you can strategize on the soccer using AI. Nowadays all big teams in the the big championships, they're doing that, but they have to still go out and play, right? AI is not going to play the game for you. So my point is, do that, do the physical activity, meet with your friends, learn painting, drawing, singing, whatever you like, right? And use the AI to augment that, but don't use AI to replace that. So you are writing an essay, for example. I'm giving you another typical example, which I've heard from some sources. I'll not name the university; they'll come after me. So the university students, they are using the chat GPT to get the answer and copying into the answer script. That's
Yeah.
not ethical. You can use the AI to get the information.
Mm.
You get lots of information, like I showed, India space exploration. But using that information, you write your own essay.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
trying to say.
absolutely, absolutely. In that way, I think the future is little bit clear. Like, be
Yeah.
original, get benefited.
Correct. Exactly. That is what I am trying to say. You have summarized up very, very nicely.
Yeah, Tha- yeah. It was. Uh, can the audiences, can you please share, switch on your camera and speak about it? How did you find this webinar? And yeah, please.
Sir,
I
it
got
was
some.
very insightful.
Yeah, Rachna, start.
Yes, so actually, it helped us to know about all the possibilities of AI, like for all the age groups as well, and what it created interest for a person to learn at any age AI, and we can also use it in anything. We get to know that. So it's really interesting. Like at least a person has to gain interest to start with it. So all the possibilities, knowing helps us to start with it.
Yeah, thank you. Very good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rachna.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much, sir.
Rajiv, you would like to say something?
Yeah, it is very helpful, sir, and Anirban sir and Achala sir. Thank you so much. You covered so many aspects of AI. So, yeah, I mean, I'm very satisfied with that. But I have a son who is in class six. So, I just want to click at one of the very basic question. So, I myself have done computer engineering long back. So we had data and file structure as one of the subjects. And so I spent 1 year studying that data and file structures. But what I have seen recently is that, you go to Zen AI and you get the code generated,
you. Yes. Yes.
right? So what I see as a missing piece is that the kids who are learning the uh, computer science as a subject, they are missing out on those things which we have learned. Say, for example, how the steps are defined
Correct.
when preparing the
Correct.
flow
Correct.
chart,
Correct. Very
and
good
how
point.
the algorithms are built.
Very good point.
So when I was thinking about my son, how to teach him all these things. So when they have code available in
Hmm. Hmm.
ChatGPT
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
easily, how do I convince him that you have to structure your thoughts
Correct.
to make the steps, and
Correct.
then you have to
Very good.
translate it into code, right?
Very good point.
So
Yeah.
that is what I was thinking about, and
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah. So I just want to explore more on that
Right.
uh, in a matter of time, right? So yeah, but your content was very useful, and thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you, Rajiv.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone, any other parents? Shailesh, Susarla, and Sri Lakshmi?
It was highly informative, sir. Thank you for organizing this. gave a lot of clarity. In fact, I wasn't aware of so many things, but then it really gave a lot of clarity. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the Anirban, the objective of conducting this webinar, we got 200 out of 100 actually. Now I don't know
Okay,
what to
thank
do
you
with
so
the
much.
extra 200 marks.
No, thanks for your active, comments and participation, and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. So we did a webinar on financial literacy for kids couple of weeks back,
Mhm.
because I was thinking, like, let's say Anish, he gets into the workforce within a month, ICICI Bank will be in front of him, take my
Mm,
credit card, take my personal loan, and take my housing loan.
mm, mm,
So it's easy to get into a debt trap,
mm.
no
True.
matter how much the earning. So
Mm, mm,
children
mm,
in today's age should
mm,
know about investment and how the everything, and then,
mm,
so which is more important, right, rather than the other things which are also equally important.
mm,
So
mm.
once in a month, trying to pick up these kind of topics, and
Yes.
we are building a community, and we are
Mm.
trying to share knowledge and all, and learn these skills which are
Yeah, let me
very
know. I'll join
beneficial.
as a listener. Some of these things. Some
Yeah.
of these things which I don't know, I'll learn join as a listener.
Yeah,
And
it's
that
kind of very
financial thing may
useful.
be good for Anish. Definitely, he
Yeah,
can also join.
and Anirban, on Jan 31st and Feb 1st, we are conducting competitions like
Okay,
robotics competitions, coding
great.
competitions, and all, math and spell bee and impromptu speaking, public speaking
Mm,
and all. So the
mm,
idea is we will charge like 500 rupees for a junior level competition and 1,000 rupees for a senior level competition. The range will be like grade 4 to grade 10 at this moment of time.
mm,
The
mm.
proceeds of that earning will go for giving scholarship to the semi government students
Very good.
and all.
Very nice.
So when I went to one of the government school, the parents, the teachers and principals were saying, even though the fees is 11,000 rupees per month, but still there are 11,000 rupees per year, there are still dropouts, good
Drop.
students,
Mm.
dropping out and joining the father's cycle shop actually. So I thought
Oh, right.
that's,
So Achala, just to brings to my mind, I in my YouTube channel sometimes do some innovative things. I was reading
mm,
some of the letters of Swami Vivekananda 100 years back,
mm,
and he actually predicted this. He said, "Today, if I build the schools in the villages also,
mm,
they may not come to the school. They may join their father's thing."
mm.
So we want to take the education to them. Let the people go to the under the trees with some
Yeah,
maps, some globes, and teach them under the trees. He was talking 100 years back. This is exactly what you told me.
yeah. So we are trying at least 10 students, is 2025 target
Mm.
to,
Mm.
so that's exactly, so slowly, I think just having fun, like a stream
Yes,
of
yes.
water, flowing in actually. Yeah.
So Anish, when Achala sir used to take the class in 2002, 2003, the classes, it will be a full day class, right? So after lunch, people might become sleepy. They will sleep. So he will take the care of waking them also. He will ask, hey, you there, you answer me, and we'll wake up. What is he asking? And he told us later, why I do this, because I do this to get your attention after the lunch. Because generally people, there's a tendency to fall asleep. He's such a dedicated teacher. I still remember that he told, why I say this. Hey, you tell me. That is a kind of teacher he is. He's a very nice, fun person to be with.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, Anirban. Friends first, that's most
Yeah,
important.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
very
Absolutely.
much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you
Yeah.
for
Thank you.
joining this webinar. Hope you all had fun.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
We're looking forward for
Thank you
similar.
all.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Keep
Thank you,
sending the
Anish.
things. Yeah.
You did
Yeah.
a
Anish,
great job.
thank you
Yeah,
very much.
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you.